Hello, welcome again to the part 3 of Why Controlling Habits Always Fail. Rajeev has created this video for the Freedom for Eternity channel as the concluding part of the story series, Why Controlling Habits Always Fail. In the previous parts, we saw Julie begin an important inner journey. She realized that her constant agitation and emotional reactions were not solving anything. Like most of us, she first believed that the answer was simple: control the mind, control the emotions, control the reactions. But slowly she discovered a deeper truth. The more she tried to control her mind, the stronger it pushed back. In part 2, Julie began experimenting with a new approach: letting go instead of fighting, observing emotions instead of suppressing them. But a question still remained. Once someone starts letting go of control, does life suddenly become peaceful and easy? Does the mind surrender so quickly? Is the mind really such an easy opponent that it quietly gives up its old habits? Or does it fight back even harder? Part 3 explores this final stage of Julie's journey, where she begins practicing awareness in real situations, faces moments of doubt, fear, and emotional storms, and gradually discovers the true power hidden inside acceptance and observation. So let us see what Julie went through, what challenges she faced, and how this journey of letting go finally unfolded in her life. Let's begin the story. August 5th, 2 weeks passed. Julie's life had not suddenly become perfect. She still felt irritation sometimes. She still experienced anger, but something important had changed. She was no longer at war with herself. At times she still caught herself trying to control her emotions. Old habits did not disappear overnight, but every time she noticed herself forcing control, she remembered Anyus's words. Don't fight the mind, observe it, and slowly she began letting control go. Something else began changing too. Julie had stopped trying to control almost everything in her life. At first it felt strange, even uncomfortable. She wasn't sure if this new approach was helping or harming her. But she could clearly feel that something inside her was shifting. One morning her geyser suddenly stopped working. Earlier Julie would have reacted instantly: frustration, panic, phone calls to the service center. But that morning she paused. She felt the familiar irritation rise. Instead of reacting, she simply watched it. She let the urge pass. When the resistance cooled down, she calmly checked the geyser manual. Within minutes she discovered the problem. The fuse had blown. She replaced it. The geyser started working again. Julie felt an unexpected surge of energy inside her, almost like a sudden wave of power rising in her chest. For a moment she felt strong, confident, alive. Then suddenly fear appeared. What is happening to me? The feeling disappeared just as quickly as it had come. Julie shook her head and walked away. She didn't think much about it. August 12th. Julie was learning to allow emotions to exist without interfering with them. But it was not easy. Some days anger still felt overwhelming. Some days jealousy appeared without warning. Some days her mind filled with dark assumptions. That afternoon Anyus had invited her for lunch at a nearby Chinese cafe. Julie arrived early. She waited. 20 minutes passed. 30 minutes. An hour. A storm of thoughts flooded her mind. She doesn't respect your time. She doesn't care about you. You should call her and tell her how irresponsible she is. Julie felt helpless against the flood of emotions. She sat on the couch and cried. 2 hours later her phone rang. It was Anyus. Her voice sounded tired. Julie, I'm so sorry. My car had a flat tire. I was stranded on a deserted road with no network. Someone finally gave me a lift into town. I'm going back to get the tire fixed now. Julie felt shame rising inside her. For 2 hours she had been judging Anyus without knowing the truth. She had already created a story in her mind. After an hour Anyus arrived at Julie's house. Her clothes were slightly dirty from the roadside, but her smile was still warm. Julie opened the door and hugged her tightly. I'm so sorry, Anyus. They both started laughing and crying at the same time. Julie learned an important lesson that day. Never assume stories created by the mind. Remain neutral. Remain non-judgmental. The path of self-correction was not easy, but Julie had already suffered too much fighting herself. Instead of controlling every emotion, she now allowed them to exist. She observed them. She let them rise. She watched them fade. Sometimes the process felt uncomfortable. Other times it felt effortless. Slowly Julie began noticing a pattern. Emotions were like weather. Storms arrived. Storms passed. Some storms carried her away. Some storms made her uneasy. and some storms filled her with unexpected strength. But every storm taught her something. She was becoming calmer, kinder, not just to others, but to herself. And strangely, the more she stopped controlling situations, the more control she seemed to gain. Later that week, Julie met Anus in a quiet park. Children were playing nearby. The breeze felt gentle. "I think I understand now," Julie said. "What do you understand?" Anus asked. Julie smiled softly. "My whole life I tried to control everything. My anger, my reactions, other people, even situations. And the more I tried to control life, the more chaotic everything became." She paused. "I lost my job. I lost my peace. I even lost John." Anus listened quietly. Julie continued. "But I realized something. Anger itself is not the enemy. Rage is not the enemy. They are just emotions." She looked toward the sky. "When I observe them instead of fighting them, they lose their power." Anus smiled proudly. "You're learning something powerful, Julie." Julie laughed softly. "For the first time I feel like I'm not fighting life anymore." August 12th evening, Julie received a message from her workplace. The moment she saw the sender, her body froze. Fear rushed through her chest. Her mind immediately began creating stories. "They're demanding financial compensation. You're blacklisted. Your career is over." Julie sat on the sofa, her eyes filled with tears. But after 10 minutes something changed. She relaxed her shoulders. She stopped blaming herself. She reminded herself quietly, "Whatever happens, I will accept it." She opened the message. It was from Our. They asked her to come to the office on August 14th. Her mind immediately began another storm of worries. But this time she didn't fight the thoughts. She simply watched them. August 14th, Julie dressed professionally that morning. Her mind still whispered negative scenarios. But she kept observing. When she entered the office building, familiar faces greeted her. Then she saw Alex. He smiled. Julie didn't know what the smile meant. Moments later Smith approached her. "We are sorry, Julie, but we need you back in the office." Julie froze. "What?" Smith guided her to the CEO's room. Steve spoke calmly. "The client specifically requested you." Julie couldn't believe what she was hearing. Her mind had predicted disaster. Reality had delivered opportunity. Julie returned to work. She felt nervous, but something inside her had changed. Later that day she attended a meeting with 10 colleagues. During the discussion someone strongly disagreed with her suggestion. The old Julie would have reacted instantly. But this time she paused. She felt irritation rising. She noticed the heat. She watched the emotion. Within seconds the intensity faded. Julie smiled calmly. "That's a fair point. Let's explore that idea further." The meeting continued smoothly. Julie realized something profound. She had not controlled her anger. She had simply allowed it to pass. That evening, Julie walked home feeling peaceful. For years she had believed strength meant control. Control over emotions, control over reactions, control over life. But now she understood something deeper. True strength was not control. True strength was awareness. Freedom came from the simplest lesson of all. Let it come, let it pass, let it go. When she reached near her house, she noticed 2 cars parked outside. One belonged to Anus. The other looked very familiar. John's car. Julie took a deep breath. She relaxed her body. And for the first time in a long time, she felt ready for whatever life brought next. Thank you so much for staying with us till the end of this series. This story series, Why Controlling Habits Always Fail, the story of Julie and winning it through Let It Go, has been created by Rajeev Vashista for the Freedom for Eternity channel. But this was never just Julie's story. In many ways, it is a story about all of us. At different moments in our lives, we experience emotional storms, anger, fear, insecurity, assumptions, disappointment, or frustration. Some people remain unaware of these patterns and continue reacting to life without questioning them. Others, like Julie, begin to notice these patterns and slowly work on them. However, one important lesson from Julie's journey is this. Simply accepting that we have an issue does not mean the problem disappears. The path of inner change is rarely a straight line. It is filled with ups and downs, confusion, setbacks, and moments of disappointment. Sometimes progress feels invisible, but what keeps the journey alive is persistence. The willingness to keep observing ourselves, the courage to keep learning, and the patience to grow slowly. If there is one takeaway from this entire series, it may be this: give up the constant urge to control everything. Because sometimes the moment we stop trying to control everything, we finally begin to gain true control over our lives. Once again, congratulations for walking through Julie's journey till the end. If this story touched you or made you reflect on your own life, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Key insight from this story are: controlling habits rarely works, fighting them often makes them stronger. But when we simply observe them, without resistance, their grip begins to weaken. Sometimes the greatest victory is not in controlling ourselves, but in learning the quiet art of letting go.